Welcome to the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis' 2015 Regional Economic Outlook. My name is Toby Madden, and I'm a regional economist here at the bank.
And I'm Rob Grunewald, also an economist at the bank.
Before we look ahead to how the economy will perform in 2015, Rob and I will take a look back at how the economy performed in 2014. As a reminder, the 9th Federal Reserve District is comprised of the states of Montana, North and South Dakota, Minnesota, the western portion of Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
In 2014, the 9th District economy grew moderately. Employment in district states grew 2% in 2014 through November, about the same pace as the nation, with growth across all industries. The strongest job growth occurred in natural resources and mining, largely due to brisk employment gains in oil and gas production in western North Dakota and eastern Montana. Construction had the next fastest growth, followed by manufacturing and professional and business services. As employment grew, unemployment rates decreased. In November, unemployment rates were below 4% in Minnesota and the Dakotas, with rates dropping throughout the year in other areas of the district. As unemployment rates decreased, the difficulty employers have had in finding qualified workers increased. While there are some signs that employers are starting to offer higher wages to attract workers, overall gains in wages and expectations for wage growth were tempered. An encouraging sign for consumers at the end of the year was the sharp drop in gasoline prices due to decreases in the price of oil. Average Minnesota gasoline prices were down about $1 per gallon in late December compared with a year earlier. This decrease in gasoline prices could increase families' disposable income by $70 per month or more, depending on how much they drive. The decrease in oil prices has reduced costs for businesses that rely on fuel, but will slow oil drilling. Oil prices are still high enough for production to continue in western North Dakota and eastern Montana, where oil production is now well established, but at a slower pace while prices are lower. Housing units authorized, an indicator of future residential building, was mixed in the district during 2014, with increases in North Dakota and Wisconsin and decreases in Montana and South Dakota. Manufactured export growth was soft in 2014 as overseas economies slowed in China, Japan, and Europe, while the U.S. dollar strengthened abroad. However, the district manufacturing sector as a whole remains healthy, with solid output levels and gains in employment. The Minneapolis Fed's regional models forecast employment growth, unemployment rates, personal income growth, and growth in housing units authorized based on trends in historical, national, and state data. This chart compares the non-farm employment forecast with actual results. As you can see, forecasting is not an exact science. For 2014, the model's forecast was lower than actual employment growth. Meanwhile, unemployment rates dropped more than the model predicted, actual income growth was weaker than predicted, and housing units authorized results were somewhat stronger than predicted.
And now looking forward. The outlook for 2015 calls for continued economic expansion across the 9th District. According to our statistical model, growth will occur in personal income and employment from Montana through Michigan's Upper Peninsula. As you can see from this chart, employment growth will be about the same as in 2014 for most areas of the district. You may also note that the model expects energy-rich North Dakota to grow a lot faster than the rest of the district. A cautionary note is needed here as oil prices fell considerably in 2014, and our statistical model does not directly take energy prices into account, so growth may be slower than the model predicts. Meanwhile, our statistical model predicts lower unemployment rates all across the district. The low unemployment rate in North Dakota is expected to fall even farther to 2.3% by the end of 2015. With the exception of Michigan's Upper Peninsula, 9th District states have lower unemployment rates than the national average. In addition, faster growth in personal income is forecast across nearly all the district, from a low of 4.4% growth in Wisconsin to 5.5% in North Dakota. With more income, people can spend and invest more, which creates more economic activity. Besides our statistical models, more evidence of growth comes from surveys conducted in November and early December. We surveyed over 300 business leaders across the district, and they reported the most optimism in the 19-year history of the survey, slightly ahead of the highly optimistic levels of 2005. They expect to increase sales and prices in 2015, spend more on capital investment, and hire more employees. This positive outlook is broad-based as manufacturers, construction companies, retailers, professional service firms all expect overall growth for their operations. They also expect growth across most geographic areas of the district, except for South Dakota and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where sluggish growth is expected. When asked about housing starts for their communities, they expect slower growth in home building. Now, additionally, in conjunction with the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, we surveyed over 500 manufacturers, and they are optimistic as they expect growth in new orders, production, and prices. To handle the increase in production, they plan to add employees, invest in capital equipment, and be more productive. And they expect this is going to lead to more profits. So, overall, it looks like the district economy should expand in 2015.
For more detailed analysis, please read the January issue of the Fed Gazette, which you can find on our website, minneapolisfed.org. And thanks for watching.